Morning.
Good morning. I think the day after Independence Day should be anything but independent. When can we have a little time alone? I think we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
And not talk about.
Well, never have I been so happy to see personnel policy broken.
Well, I guess I better read up on those personnel policies, huh?
Mm-mm. You're both fired. Just for the day. Why don't you take off and have some fun?
Actually, we were until you walked in.
Oh, and I was delighted to see that. Not that I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, you're embarrassing her.
Well, I haven't seen my son for the longest time be so relaxed.
Now you're embarrassing me.
Why don't you go to Catalina? I mean, after all, you've got a lot of getting to know each other better to do, don't you?
I thought we were meeting on those new soaps in the baby line.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh, those soaps will smell the same today as they do tomorrow and the day after, so... You remember that hotel that we used to take you to, Eric and I, when you guys were kids, the Pines?
Well, why don't we all go? Take the soaps.
What do you think?
They both still smell like the perfume.
Yeah, well, the big difference is really in the concentration and the hardness and the stability of the soap.
You could wash your hands all day long and it wouldn't wash away the guilt.
Every time I walk in here, it's like deja vu. I haven't spent so much time in a lab since the belief formula.
Those were the days, I take it?
Yes, they sure were, and thank God they're over. Speaking of chemistry, I thought you handled the children beautifully the other night. Were they all excited and too excited to go to sleep? I was worried about that.
It's very creamy.
Yeah, actually, I think that's the one with the best balance, don't you?
The scent is subtle.
Subtle? You wouldn't know subtle if it bit you.
You know, I'm really not comfortable with this not-so-veiled antagonism.
Yeah, well, it's not coming from me.
Let me ask you, why are you here? Is it just to keep an eye on Ridge?
Come on, Mother.
I'm here because Rick couldn't be here. But I don't know why I need to explain that to you. If my only purpose to be here is to humiliate me, then I might as well leave.
Was that really necessary?
Was it necessary for you to invite her back into the company?
Do you think you want to sort this out with Brooke? I really don't need you making enemies for me.
She's already your enemy. Just be thankful you don't have a son or a husband she can sleep with.
Understand that I don't want to be positioned as Brooke's competition.
You are the competition in her mind. That's how she sees you.
Okay, let's be honest with each other. You don't know me very well, and this thing with Ridge could fizzle out in a couple of weeks.
I don't think so.
Not only is Brooke essential to your company, she's a member of your family. And Stephanie, you treat her very badly.
She is not a Forrester by any stretch of the imagination.
You consider Rick and Bridget family, but not their mother?
Well, it hasn't been easy, especially where Rick is concerned. I always have to remind myself what an atrocious upbringing they had, you know. Long periods of neglect followed by guilty smothering after the father of the month disappeared.
Okay, look, I don't want to hear this excuse.
Well, maybe you should. You know, Brooke always means well. It's just... She's been a real disaster for her children. And for Ridge, especially. I'm hoping you're the perfect antidote.
How can you be so sure? I'm not. Ridge and I are just beginning.
That's true. But at least you're not sleeping with every man in my family. Are you? Nice having this little chat with you.